Alright, we've already wasted way too much time here. Let's just get into it. Hey everyone, how's it going? Friggin' webcam utility program just decided to not run. Had to bloody reinstall it. Oh my freaking god. Alright, let's just do one Steel Path Daily just to warm up, and then we'll do some Railjack, do some Fomorian. I need to do the Fomorian, that's for damn sure. Some Railjack, by the way, folks. Not a lot of Railjack tonight. For one thing, it's late. And for another thing, I spent the entire day scripting and recording a Wukong overview video. An overview video, of course, being the kind of video that I haven't done in a very long time. Is Bob's lagging? The fuck? Oh no.
The reactor is a complex system. Start by removing the coolant cells.
Come on.
My intel suggests there are rich.
Hold on, don't tell me it's doing this now.
Area, but I am unable to pinpoint their exact location. Search them out if you are willing to shoulder the added risk.
Before. Alright. Oh no. Okay. You have 30 items ready to be XP farmed? Well, you should have done that earlier, mate. Alright, let's just bring the music back in. Alrighty. Oh, bloody hell. Okay. Alright, let's just do this. Wait, did PB crash like immediately after trying to join in? Is that what's happened? I think he did. Oh no, here he is. I don't need to use a polarized, I don't know. Alrighty. Hey Kinetic Pegasus, you're technically not the first one on YouTube, because I did actually try to start streaming earlier, like 10 minutes earlier, but for some reason my webcam app that allows me to use my actual camera as a webcam, it decided to completely screw up, so I had to basically redo the stream.
Security has locked down the
essentially restart the stream.
I have no choice.
We already had some people.
The reactor is going into stasis.
Yeah, PB technically was the first on Twitch,
Sabotage.
obviously. We did have some people already chatting on YouTube, so yeah, by definition, you are not the first. Is that a fucking mozzie?
Fuel cell reinserted. When the reactor is restarted, this will trigger.
Fucking mozzies, fucking everywhere, man. Is my counter broken?
Destroy the fuel injectors.
Oh, wonderful. My counter's broken, I think.
A blast door has blocked your.
Hey, Kinetic Pegasus, how many people are watching on YouTube on, as far as you can tell? I suspect my counter's broken again. Two on Twitch. Ah, bollocks. Oh no, thanks Mercy. Okay. Oh. Either my counter is broken or it's super delayed. I'll give it another 5 minutes to right itself there. But if it's still balked, just let me know in chat. Just say, yo, your account is balked, and I'll just get rid of it. Because last thing I want is to get like weird ass numbers just displayed on the stream. Alright, where is this prick? Who's he going to attack? Is he going to attack me or is he going to attack PB? Oh, he's going to attack me. Dead. To an arrow, by the way. Damn. What a way to go. I gotta remember, I actually have pull on this build. I'm not used to that. I'm not used to that at all. Is it weird that I'm watching an anime series? A BL anime series, huh? Which one? If it's Boku no Pico, that doesn't count as anime, that counts as something else. Highly unlikely you're watching Boku no Pico. Well, I'm not that familiar with BLs. 私が持っててどうすんだ。これは知らないですね。Let's have a look at it. これはなんだ? Ah. It's called, okay, for everyone who doesn't speak Japanese, it's literally translated as kiss him, not me. In Japan, it's known as boys, please kiss him instead of me. Interesting. Interesting. So it's a reverse harem. Oh, okay. I find romantic comedies to be pretty good in the, It has a live action. Yeah, I'd skip the live action. I tend to skip live action adaptations. There's a live action adaptation of Erased. I don't know, there's just something about it being live action that just kind of throws me off. I kind of prefer just the anime version of Erased all day any day, you know. And then of course you have, you know, America's half-assed attempt at live action version of Death Note. Jesus Christ, what an absolute catastrophe that was. I mean, I guess the effects were nice, but holy hell, like, whoever tried to make that happen, oof. Oof. Like, oof. I waited for that movie, but our flight to Japan was down. Oh, ouch. Yeah, Corona memes, yeah, exactly. Corona memes. Yeah, I mean, what can you do? Hey, what can you do? Alright, let's jump into that Railjack Affinity farm. I have 3 weapons left, I believe. I have 3 weapons left, of which...
all accounted for.
Am I able to make any new ones? Oh nah, Convetrix. I'm still off a few field run. How did that happen? How someone made manga about an alternate ending to the last episode. Wait, hold on. Have I watched? I'm surprised you didn't bring up the other one. Have I watched Katekyo Hit? No, I definitely have not. I've not even heard of that one. So I'm not entirely sure what you're even talking about, really, when it comes to that one. Alright, Ryudo's keen beans for some Railjack. Okay, no worries, let's go. Death Note. That was a fan-made ending. Is it a fully animated fan-made ending, or was it a live-action one? It might be easier to get a live-action alternate ending, but I don't know. It's Thursday. There should be a new... hang on. Hataraku Saibo. There should be new episodes of that, like, yesterday, right? Although for some reason I didn't come across any, I don't know why. It's on YouTube? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll look at it later. I'm not gonna watch it now. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, I feel like bringing along the power of Seeker Volley for a change. So let's do this. Okay, what's this? Something there. 12. There are 12. No. That's 12-year-old person. Shikarimasenka. The fact that there's a 12 there is actually starting to make me a little bit nervous. The fact that you've written a string of Japanese in which part of it happens to be the number 12. And I feel like that's 12 years old, but I don't know if that's true. At the moment there I don't know the kanji for episodes, evidently. Or yeah, I don't know what the kanji is for 12. Kinetic Pegasus, can you just type in English, please? It's way too late in the night, my dude. It's way too late in the night for me to be translating Japanese right now, okay? As much as I love translating Japanese, please, not at 10:14 at night. Seriously. Seriously. Please. It's 10:14 at nighttime. Oh my friggin' god. I kinda look like Herman Lee. Who the hell is Herman Lee? Also, hey QB, you're new. I don't recognize the name. How's it going? Okay, I'm about ready to say that my my counter on the left-hand side of the screen is broken. Can anyone confirm or deny that? Is my counter on the left-hand side broken? Tyrell Kennard, you're also new. How's it going?
Alert. Enemy fighters have been scrambled.
Alright, PB, you gotta stop doing that. I know it's you. You gotta stop doing that.
Alert.
Isn't that the Dragon Force guitarist? Is it? Is he? I've never heard of the name. Okay, whoever had the Bubonico, it was PB. So fucking predictable.
They called some friends. Enemy cruise ship has punched in.
I'm glad you're good, Tyrell. I'm glad you're good.
I've seen a lot of fighters strapped up. Pilot ground. Destabilizing. Continue.
Well, take the shot, buddy. Take the shot.
Ship eliminated. Focus on remaining targets. Fleet crasher. Rainier cruise ship. Enemy morale has broken. Fighters are peeling off.
Anyone want to? Nobody wants to confirm or deny that my counter on the left hand of the screen, left hand of the stream, is broken. Nobody want to confirm or deny that.
Less cruise ship to be concerned with.
So I'm about ready to get rid of it because I think it's broken.
Cruise ship on scope.
Twitch is fine. Usually the Twitch part of the counter is fine. Usually the YouTube side is balked, but I don't know.
Scratch one cruise ship.
Which one are you aiming for, PB? Clearly one that was like really close.
Cruise ship down.
Alrighty.
That clears up some space. Rainier in disarray. Sector.
Oh hey Casual Weeb, how's it going? The
Success.
number is about right? Interesting. Alright, we're gonna go back to the we're gonna go back to the dry dock, and that's not how you get back to the dry dock. That was really dumb. And I believe with this next weapon, what we're gonna actually do is we're gonna do back-to-back Roost Warfield, I guess. I'm doing fine. How's my day going? Oh, it's been a bit of a tiring one. I spent all day scripting and recording a Wukong overview video, which I haven't done an overview video of in a very, very long time. Also, hey Splash Falcon, how's it going? Overview videos, for those who aren't aware, mainly on the YouTube side it seems, are just the videos that I do where I really dive deep into what every single Warframe can do, and then give them very specific tailored rankings based on their damage output, their survivability, their ability to crowd control, their ability to support allies if they have it, and then my general thoughts on their kit usability. Basically, Warframe tier list. No, because where Warframe tier lists are absolute trash, I actually put the effort into like explaining in detail why I think a Warframe is good in some areas and potentially not good in other areas. That's the overview video. Where the Warframe gets 5 scores, and then it all comes together and culminates into one final score, which is the overall score. Similar to Nightmares. I don't know if Nightmare even does anything like that. I don't know. If he does, great. If he doesn't, well, I don't know then. But this has nothing to do with the tier list. Tier lists are trash. Tier list is basically some schmuck sitting in front of a computer, sitting in front of a camera, or even not even sitting in front of a camera, just being like, yeah, I'm just gonna arbitrarily say that this Warframe is A tier because reasons, and and you don't even know like what those reasons are. He did a deep explanation in his tier list. Oh well, that's a tier list though, where you're going through every single Warframe. So unless you're prepared to spend 10 hours on a tier list, hang on. That's not true. There's 40 Warframes. Each of my overviews are around 20 minutes long. So that comes out to 11 hours. 12 hours. 12 hours? 13 hours. That comes out to 13 hours for a tier list. I mean, unless you're going to spend 13 hours on a tier list going through in very specific detail, well, not necessarily very specific, but going through in quite specific detail. This is where a Warframe excels. This is where a Warframe does not excel. Let me explain why. They can do this, they can do this, they can do this, they can do this. This is how this works, this is how this works, this is how this works, this is how this works. Unless you're going to spend 13 hours going through all of that for each and every single Warframe, a tier list is completely different to what I'm trying to do with the overview video. Wukong S tier. I actually, well, like I said, the next one coming out is actually going to be for Wukong. It's going to come out next Monday. Provided I don't, you know, fall into a coma whilst trying to edit it, but I should be able to edit it pretty easily. Yeah. I did screw up the recording too much. Split it into 3 parts so that I could have a fucking break. Because trying to record this thing. Oh, and I've also abandoned the whole dual camera idea in favor of the Philip DeFranco style of editing, a single camera. But hopefully I can make it seamless. Yeah. Could you use the Wukong? Could I use the Wukong footage? Oh, that one? Nah. Considering what that particular thing ends up being able to do, and considering how absolutely useless and meaningless that particular exercise was, in the end, I've decided to scrap that one completely, and I'm actually going to basically use it in a way to demonstrate how to, I guess, do a rescue mission by hiding the dude. But that's about the extent of what it can do, and that's really going to actually bring spoiler alert, that thing that's basically related to like this one score that is actually going to massively bring down the Wukong score, the final score overall. PB, stop doing that. I don't know how many times I have to tell you, you gotta stop doing that. It messes with my vision and it sucks, and you suck as a direct result of it, so you gotta stop doing that, PB.
Fighter launch detected. Bogies closing in. The Grenier placement of a pulse turbine.
You've gotta stop doing that, otherwise the entire chat is just gonna realize.
We do
Otherwise you're just gonna have this reputation with the entire chat of, yeah, I'm going to no longer make. I should probably like not bring him into a team game, because PB seems like a bit of a trolly asshole. In other words, you're gonna end up with the limbo effect. Splashback, what were you talking about? Oh, I kind of missed that. And then you spammed words and phrases for some reason. I'm not entirely sure what the dealio is there. Yeah, this is Bruce Wilfield now. Well, wait. Yeah, rip that. You just said PB. Lol. Did you spam PB? There is a chance for a Spectre Vandal. Yes, there is. Oh, that's right. How long? Someone asked how long for the event booster. No, that was Savage. So the answer to that is, less than a day. It's nearly over. It is actually nearly all over. Like, if we have a look here, 8 hours and 56 minutes. 15 exclamation marks. See, it's the 15 exclamation marks that gotcha.
Large translation signature. Cruise ship. The enemy have.
Because it's not just spamming words. It's also spamming for symbols. Ryudo, you feel like forging? Thank you. Meanwhile, console 18 days. Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Because this is the same. This is the one that came with, because, I mean, as far as I can tell, the reason why we even got this Affinity booster in the first place is because Orphix Venom came out with on console. So because we had a Christmas-based Affinity booster at the time on console, I guess DE was like, well, considering that when PC got their, or rather when PC got their Orphix Venom, console technically got a random ass Affinity booster, but now that console's gotten Orphix Venom, we might as well give PC last around the same length.
Explosive decompression imminent. Seal.
Did it? I vaguely remember it didn't. Emphasis on the word vaguely.
Normalizing interior pressure.
Oh, what the hell?
Hull breach. We are breaking apart. Immediate repairs. Cruise
Yeah, you might want to check, mate, because that doesn't sound right to me.
crisis averted.
Alright, pulse to PB!
Pulse turbine.
Oh, if only I could
Forcing enemy units.
if only I could time out PB in YouTube chat just for that.
Hull ruptures. Sealed. Ramsled launch detected.
Alrighty.
Like a party.
Well, PB, just for that, you're doing the objective. Go.
Tenno deployed.
Oh, I guess Ryudo's doing it then. See? At least Ryudo is actively being useful, PB. You know, actively being helpful as opposed to he who actively decides to screw with the pilot's vision. Yeah, we love you for that, but you're gonna get timed out again.
Range. Possible.
Alright, PB, there's the derelict. Do it. Go. Your cat laughed at PB doing the objective.
Open fire.
PB didn't do the objective though. PB just basically got in the way again.
One down. One One to
Fucking
go.
pulse turbine just makes the railjack so slow. I'm pretty sure that's what it is anyway.
What you can and get out. Remember what happened last time. Radiator naked. Hit them with all we have got. Opportunity. Core is
Because of no objective completed by PB. Who is your cat to know that level of sentience? The bigger question is, your cat is apparently able to determine who and what PB is and who and what the objective is. That's fascinating. Check out the artist. Oh no, I never got around to checking that out. Do you mind throwing that on Discord again?
solid work.
Because it's already lost in the vacuum of space.
Find this interesting.
Alrighty. Where am I up to when it comes to Wisp's XP? Okay, we're gonna go like 1 or 2 more rounds. It's Bruce Warfield again! Wait, what do we get out of this? We got... Oh, I think we got Dirac out of that. Only 50? Ugh. I don't know, we got something weird out of that. Hey, is the Tombo considered pretty good, or is it just, like, useless? Like, generally useless.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Tombo's trash. Oh well. I guess there's no Guandao Prime. Guandao has a Prime, right? Yeah, it does.
A nearby post robot is straight
Yeah, it does.
the Rainier fleet. Strategically,
Alright, is this the derelict?
this could be a pain in the neck. Take it out.
This is not the derelict. Oh, of course this isn't the derelict. The derelict never has like all these meteors and shit. Alright, let's just blow these things up. And Kate already forgot that Guandao Prime exists. You know why? I never really thought about it in the first place.
Rainier cruise ship.
I've just recently started doing endurance runs with a starting point of an hour in Mott. Well, that's already... Just starting point of an hour, huh? Wow, that's already longer than what I can endure, but okay, go on. Say Saren with Zaki, Venkar, Cedo, Ash. With Cedo, Nuka, yeah. You've described a pretty straightforward setup. Of like, pretty much just murderize everything.
Enemy squadrons have maintained pressure.
Alrighty. We're really going backwards and forwards this time. There's a Scald. Alright, take the shot. That's the way. As I was saying before in a previous stream, I think the way you can get me to do hour-long streams is if we start doing hour-long railjack endurance runs.
Fighters neutralized.
That's the only way you can make me get into very long endurance runs. It's not gonna be Mott. It's not gonna be anything. It's gonna be hour-long railjack infused survival missions. That's what's gonna get it to me. Oh, PB, what the hell is that?
Have company. Rainier cruise ship on scope.
Uh-oh.
Arquin slingshot loaded. Tenno in the barrel.
Alright, one sec.
Priority repair order.
Can you get that one, Ryudo?
Ruptures. Decompression risk. Cruise ship down. That clears up.
Just shoot yourself at the actual thing itself.
Sealed. Good job.
Or do you want me to shoot you at? Do you want me to point you at the actual thing? You mean like this?
We have a pulse turbine reinforced.
Wait, what the? Ryudo, where the hell are you?
Way crew on the inside. Cruise ship reactor
Alright.
has detonated. Ready.
Go for it, Ryudo. Point yourself at the thing. Or not. What the? Where did you go this time? I don't know where you. I don't know what you're aiming for, mate. Alrighty. Let's take out these last two cruise ships, and then I'll drop you off at the derelict. Oh, never mind. God, I have to watch something whilst doing an assessment. What's the assessment about? Perhaps I can be of some assistance for your assessment.
Cruise ship
Whatever it is.
has arrived.
Wait, seriously, is there no derelict here?
Gone bye-bye. Radiator exposed. Open fire.
Oh fuck, it's on the other side. But he's not here.
Radiator down. Make it 2.
What, is there no, shoot, is there no derelict here?
Bingo. Crew.
See if I can
trash
find it.
Radiator.
It's over there. Nope, it sure as shit ain't there.
Away crew. Go for
There's
the
So there's 2 derelicts with a bunch of rocks around it.
destroy marked components.
It's not this one. It's not this one either.
Turbine is still. Enemy forces are.
And it's not this one either.
They are unused.
Yeah, it looks like there's no derelict here, mate.
Unequal turret.
Hey B, how many fucking times do I have to tell you?
Closing the file on that pulse turbine. Good work.
Actually really, really fucking irritating, dude.
But for now, this
I don't know how many times I have to fucking tell you. Oh, I'm max rank. Excellent. Let's get out of here. I'm not even using zoom. Zoom?
Another job well
Wow, there's something I haven't talked about in a very long time. I used Zoom for about a year because of the master's degree, and now haven't touched it. Haven't touched it in a very long time. Hey X3 Master, how's it going? As a result of the Tombow, I believe, being the last weapon that I have built at the present moment, that's going to be it for the not the last ditch, but for the railjack farming for the time being. Don't exactly need to do it. Well, in the sense that I can't really do it. Maybe outside of really hardcore Warframe affinity farming. But I definitely don't need. But for the time being, that's about the extent that I can go through in terms of mastery rank farming for now. And I have now, I think I went from MR 25 to 25 or 26. I went up from MR 26 possibly, or 25, MR 27. So this has been a very successful round of railjack farming, and I'm very happy with it. Let's get out of here. The big question, of course, is when is Corpus Railjack going to come out? I want that Corpus Railjack. Give me that good shit. You still need to max out your stuff. Well, PB, you had all the opportunity in the world to get a bunch of weapons ready to go. And you dilly-dallied. And because you dilly-dallied, you missed the bus. And as a direct result of you missing the bus, you will not be able to make it to school. So there goes that. Right, let's get rid of some weapons that I'm most certainly not going to use. I need to free up some space for any new shit that is going to come over. Let's see. Alrighty, so oh! Hold on, really? Oh, bollocks. Okay. We still have potentially one weapon left. Lol. Okay. I guess that's what we call in the industry a false alarm. So we might do a bit more railjack after I deal with the Fomorian. Let's see. So Kundala, Bow Prime, Boltor, Broken Scepter, Bubonico, that's staying. Daiku, Dera, get out of here. Dual Camus Prime is fine. Fullman can stick around for a bit longer. Glaxian Vandal, Nell, get out of here. I'm actually never going to use you ever. Hirodo can stay despite the fact I'm never going to use it. Kreska out. Let's see, Legion out. Nangan Tanka can stay. Nikana Regular out. Okina out. Optical Vandal, Pandera, that's fine. Penoplasma Sword is actually fine, ironically enough. Prova out. Pulmonars. Yeah, I don't really care. Pulmonars out. Piranha Prime can stay. Redeemer Regular out. Pulmonars are good. Okay, fine. I'll keep them then. Ribka's out. Sindo Prime is fine. Sheev out. Skidjati is okay. Sporofrix I kind of want to keep still. I don't know why. I'm probably gonna never use it, but whatever. We'll just figure it out from there. Tombo out. Warframe. Yeah, okay, that's it. Nikana can be used to make Dragon Nikana if I haven't mastered it yet. I am 99.999% certain that I have mastered the Dragon Nikana. And indeed I have. You might not be able to see it because of the text, but indeed I have. Okay. Let's see, what weapons have I not mastered? Of which there are probably many. Obviously. Sort by rank. Okay. So, for next time, we're looking at things like... Oh, I know. Oh, shoot. I was gonna bait the Morka. Whatever. Okay, so we're looking at things like the Singular Lex. Seriously? Wait, seriously? Did I not master the Singular Lex this entire time? I did Act Lex, didn't I? I mastered Act Lex. How did I forget to do the Lex? Ugh, it's so confusing. I'll get around to it later. Oh, there's a bunch of weapons that I haven't sorted out. Act Magnus, I'll do that right now. Well, soonish. Akjagara Prime, which I don't even have yet. Acarius, which I still haven't been able to get the last part for. Exceltra, which, same idea, haven't gotten the last part for. Acrid. Margie. Lex is like 20,000 credits. Oh, okay. Aurum Spinoza, still trying to build it. Convetrix, don't have enough field run for it. Dual Ichor, Toxicist, all this shit, don't have enough thingamajig for it. Don't have enough mutagen mass for it. Colstar, really? Okay. Mark 1 Furix, and Mark 1 Furus, and Mark 1 Strun. Really? Okay, that's surprising. Mark 1. Okay, so apparently I've never done the Mark 1 Furix, so that's gonna be straightforward. Mark 1 Furus apparently I've never done before. Mark 1 Paris I've definitely done. Mark 1 Strun, never done, apparently. Mark 1 Bow, mastered. Mark 1 Bratton, apparently not mastered. How the fuck did that happen? Mark 1 Kunai, also not mastered. Interesting. Okay, cool. False alarm, everyone. We got a bunch of things to level up again. Excellent. Let's have a look at what other weapons I'm missing. So... Heat Sword. How is that possible? Keshek, that's never... Yeah, Heat Sword's not gonna happen this time. I'll probably do it later on in a random ass thing. Prisma Scanner. The Prisma weapons are basically out of my reach for the time being. Pupa Assist is not even remotely close to being built. Cybear don't even have nearly enough. Sicarus regular? Jesus Christ. Strun regular. Huh. Sidon, I don't even know how I built this weapon, but I'll get around to it later. Sinoid Heliocore, I'm gonna need someone to actually send that to me. Telos, everything, send that to me. Trauma, yeah, I never bothered to do that. Twin Crocker, interesting. Vehicle Sidon, I'm gonna need someone to send that to me. Viper Singular, what the fuck, since when? Zatki Prime, obviously I don't have it. Zymos. Yeah, okay, cool. Interesting. Simula regular? Oh, right, because I did Sinoid Simula. Right. Wolf Sledge costs around 250p a set. Yeah, I'm not going to buy it. Wolf Sledge is just going to have to be one of... Listen, Wolf Sledge is just going to have to be one of those weapons where I just completely ignore it in the journey to MR30. It's just gonna have to be one of those weapons where I just completely ignore it. Because the journey to MR30 does not require me to actually complete every single weapon in the game anymore. As more and more new weapons show up, that means less and less of the old weapons that I necessarily have to complete. You know? I can potentially... I'm out of Cryotic, what the fuck? Oh, okay, I don't even need to make one right now. Okay. You can build amps. Yeah, there's that too. But I'm not gonna bother doing that right now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna hit the Fomorian. I'm gonna hit it hard. So if you haven't done the Fomorian yet for some reason, holla right now. I'm gonna hit it and I'm gonna hit it hard. What syndicates do I have? Red Veil, Perrin, and Loka. So things like Sinoid weapons, things like Telos weapons, things like the heck and all that shit, I don't have it. I'm gonna bring the Moslin. Seems like the Moslin is my favorite weapon now. Oh, I still need to level up the Prisma Dual Decurions, which I can probably sort out pretty damn quickly. Alright, no one want to join me? I mean, I can probably hit 1,000,000 damage by myself anyway, so let's just do that. Rakta? That's Thingo, that's Red Veil, I've already done that. At least I'm pretty sure I've done all of them. It'd be pretty insane if I haven't done them yet. Need a Fomorian Disruptor in my thing. Did you PM me? I don't know, I didn't notice I didn't notice because it was getting covered by all the bullets that you sprayed on the front of my ship. Let's see, where's my gear wheel? Meanwhile, me not max rank with any syndicates. Oof. You gotta get that max rank, mate. No heck? Yeah. No hex. No hex whatsoever. Alright, let's see. Fomorian... What? Disruptor. Oh, okay. Alright, here we go. No heck, am I free to play? No. What? 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 What do you mean? Alright, I'm just gonna join a bunch of randoms. Hey, Alex Mayers, you're new. Can I help you with tellurium? Sure. I don't even remember how to get tellurium though, but I'm sure whatever the method is to get tellurium, I can be of some assistance for that.
Until you destroy all its shield generators. Energy dissipating. Keep
The Arcwing missions? Wait, so you get tellurium by doing Arcwing missions? Oh, okay. In that case,
generator destroyed.
perhaps it would be the perfect opportunity then for me to level up the Prisma Dual Decuriums,
Shields down. Now get inside.
because I kind of want to upgrade them, or at least get them to level 30 for the MR.
You will not stop this!
But we'll just see how we go. You can get it from Uranus. Can you?
There's the core. Deploy
Say
the
where it
Warframe
drops
disruptor
from.
To knock out the power field.
Arcwing missions on Uranus. Interesting.
Power field down. The core is exposed. Open fire.
Is that all of its... Wait, is that all of the nodes? Okay, just open fire then, folks. You can trade weapons. Not ground mission? I don't know. It just says Arcwing missions on Uranus, which implies to me not the ground ones.
Hurry, Tenno. Power field will regenerate soon, and you do not want to be in here when it does. You've done your part, Tenno. Now rendezvous with your landing craft.
Uranus is locked for you. Wait, Alex. How new are you to the game?
Imminent. They're fast.
How new are you to the game, Alex? Are you saying Uranus is locked on the regular star chart? Or do you mean Uranus is locked on the Steel Path star chart?
Another job well executed.
If you don't know what Steel Path is, that basically answers my question, by the way. Finally, a man that pronounces Uranus correctly. Yeah, man. I follow the logic of, I follow the logic, the rhyme, and the reason of, renowned astrophysicist, I can't even say that properly, astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson, who says, you call it Uranus right up until you're 14. Afterwards, it's Uranus. Okay, that's the deal. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's Uranus. Take it or leave it. You've been playing for a month. Alright. What do you need tellurium for? Chat, what do you need tellurium for? Especially if you've only been playing for a month. What do you need tellurium for? Because apparently Alex Mayers, for whatever reason, wants to build something that can only be created from Arcwing weapons. I see. Oh, okay, interesting. But you need tellurium in order to build Arcwing weapons, apparently. And Arcwings? Interesting, interesting, interesting. That's not entirely true. You can build the Morka without... possibly without any tellurium. You could potentially build the Corvus without any tellurium, of which... Why am I missing a receiver? Chat, how do I get the Corvus receiver? I might as well actually try... Warframe parts? Seriously?
Operator, did you hear that?
You're either trying to build Wisp or Hildren. Pick one.
Cosmic
Primes?
radiation is a riot.
Primes require tellurium to be made? Really? This is math related to science. Hey man, sometimes people just don't realize that math is related to science in a very integral way. Corvus receiver is a suitor. Wait, Ryudo, are you part of Suda by any chance? If you're part of Suda, can you possibly throw me a... Okay, can you throw me a Corvus receiver, please? You want to build primes. Which pseudo and arbiters? Okay, cool. Can you throw me a Corvus receiver? Apparently I have enough whatchamacallit, thinger for it. So I might as well take the opportunity right now to actually make it. And I'll throw you whatever augment or whatever random shenanigans you actually need. Okay, it's scamming. Well, yeah, right up until I said I'll throw you whatever augment you need. For the low price of a single thing. Nezha, I think, needs some. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna look it up. Tellurium. Which, by the way, is an actual element. Number 52 on the elemental... on the... oh, bloody hell. It's number 52 on the periodic table. Tellurium is a brittle, mildly toxic, rare silver-white metalloid. But in the game, for some reason, it's red. I don't know why it's red, but it's red. Tellurium is chemically related to selenium and sulfur, all three of which are chalcogens. Interesting. It is occasionally found in native form in elemental crystals. But as Warframe would have you figure it out, it is found in space, it seems. Potentially, maybe, I don't know. What's element number 69? Let's find out. Chat. Without consulting your periodic table, what do you think element number 69 is actually called? I'm curious if you guys can actually figure it out. Now, I'll tell you this. I believe because of its position in the periodic table as it is normally written, I believe it's actually man-made, or not exactly as... I don't quite remember what the logic is when it comes to like the special elements known as well, in this case known as the lanthanoids and the actinoids, but in this case number 69 is actually a lanthanoid. I don't know what I can't remember what the reason is for them to be separated out in this special way, but I'm curious if anyone actually can actually remember what it actually is. It's okay. I think you either know it already or you consulted it. Wait, you asked, so you consulted. Thulium. Yeah, that's right, it's thulium, ladies and gentlemen. So what is thulium? Let's find out. We're all going to take this moment in time. Titanium, plutonium? No, not titanium or plutonium. It really is thulium. So we're going to take this opportunity right now to learn a little bit about chemistry, okay? Because I do like learning about chemistry, so I don't know if you can read that. Okay, you can definitely read this if I put it down like this. Okay, thulium is a chemical element of the symbol Tm, atomic number 69. Let's get the word nice in chat, ladies and gentlemen, for this one. It's the 13th and third last element in the lanthanide series. Interesting. So, no, I'm not going to sing the periodic table. I don't do that. So, the most common oxidation state is +3. Interesting. +3. Damn. Seen in its oxide halides and other compounds. Okay, however, the +2 oxidation state is also stabilized by the nearly full 4F shell, which I believe would be the 4th layer shell. Don't quote me on any of it. It's used to make lasers. Oh, interesting. There we go. So we're looking at... Okay, physical properties, we're looking at a bright silver luster. So basically, we're looking at this. A sort of silvery material of some sort. It is a metal, but apparently it can be cut with a knife. So apparently it's not too hard, I guess. So maybe it's like actual metal with the density of butter. If that makes sense at all. Thulium tarnishes slowly in air and burns at 150 degrees Celsius. Wow. So you can set this shit on fire and get thulium oxide. Or thulium 3. Interesting. It's quite electropositive and reacts slowly with cold water to form thulium hydroxide. Oh, that's a straight acid, I believe. No, that would result, I think, in a pH above 7. So that's interesting. So metal plus cold water usually creates a basic substance, I think, as opposed to acidic. It's non-metal plus water, I think, that produces an acidic substance. I think, for example, carbon. No, not carbon. Yeah, carbon plus water. You can get potentially like CHO3 or some shit. Anyway, whatever. The low melting point. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is going to just stay solid. Wait. Melting point. No, wait, hold on. It's a low melting point? Are you sure? Oh yeah, wait, no, sorry. That's a pretty good melting point. What that basically means is that it's always at 100 degrees Celsius, it gonna be solid. Yeah, at 100 degrees Celsius, it's gonna be solid. I wouldn't call that I don't know if that's a low melting point. I don't know what you define as a low melting point. Flames are 600 degrees. Wouldn't that mean that this would be considered a high melting point? Like, what's your standard for a melting point? I'm curious what your standard is for a melting point. Because when I see that a melting point is 1545 Celsius, I would call that high, but maybe... Oh, you read it as 150. Oh, I see. Okay, it's 1545. I would call that high, but perhaps I'm wrong. Maybe that's pretty low for like metals and shit. You reckon your standard's around 800 to 1200? Oh, okay. Well, there we go then. I think Octavia will get a nerf or rework with a prime variant. A nerf, definitely. A rework, highly unlikely, because none of her abilities are useless. None of her abilities are useless. Therefore, I would say that she's probably going to get a nerf, if anything, and that'll be it. And the nerf, frankly, is not going to mean a whole lot. Let's be real here. Unless she does get a rework and her assist and her like general and like how her abilities work fundamentally changes, I don't think even a nerf of like half the damage, even if they like halve the damage that she can do, I don't think that's going to make any difference. Imagine Octavia Prime having a rework, but Inaros having none. I know, right? Remember, they didn't touch Inaros. They didn't even touch Inaros. So, I don't think there's anything to worry about, really. If they're not going to touch Inaros, a Warframe that has no kit, like, let's be real here. There's no point in them, like, trying to sort out friggin' thingo. Okay. Inaros is already 8 here. No, it's because Inaros doesn't have abilities. It's because Inaros does not have abilities. Ain't that the truth? Inaros is F tier. True! Can I send you a video to react? Sure, but I won't be reacting to it tonight. Unless it's a 10-minute video, in which case I might react to it now. If you want me to. How long is it? If it's Warframe related, stick it in Warframe chat. If it's not Warframe related, then, don't worry. Hey Mattis, how's it going? React to the no. Because that idea, PB, has a good to fair chance of me getting completely and utterly yeeted by the folks at the folks who deal with fuck, I can't even speak. The folks who deal with copyright shenanigans. Okay. Anyway, let's try and fix up this build here. What was I going to put in here? Health. Something with a D polarity. Fuck, what was I going to put? Oh, adaptation, that's right. Alright, there we go. Chillin'. Yeah, man, that's the way. Okay. So, Fomorian is done. Let me just write some stuff here. Fomorian. Done. Wisp building, more or less done. And so, what's left? More Railjack Affinity farming, I guess. Considering I just discovered that I have 3 weapons that I need to level up. Let's do it. Okay, let's see. So, we're gonna level up a bunch of Mark 1 weapons, because apparently it turns out I have an entire set of Mark 1 weapons that I forgot to touch. That's embarrassing, for this purpose. If I can build 1 melee weapon. If I could just build 1 melee weapon. 1 goddamn melee weapon that I haven't sorted out yet. That would be incredible, but I can't. Because I'm constantly and consistently out of goddamn field drawn, ladies and gentlemen. I'm constantly and consistently out of field drawn. Need 2k more standing for Corvus. Okay, no worries, mate. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it then. That's fine. Field drawn. And there aren't any left! Ah! Okay. I'm surprised that Nightbot didn't yeet you from this. Katy Perry being annoyed at Neil deGrasse Tyson for 2 minutes. Alright, yeah, sure. Let's have a look at this. Katy Perry, do not at me, okay? Alrighty, here we go.
Math is the...
Alrighty, let's have a look at this thing. So, we've been given this video by Splash Falcon on Twitch. This is Katy Perry annoying the living crap out of Neil deGrasse Tyson for 2 minutes. This is not going to be a stream highlight, don't worry, but we're going to watch it anyway. I want to see what this is. Okay, just about to buy 30 field drawn blueprint and then rush them. Wait, field drawn blueprint. Fuck it. Actually, I'm off by 1. I can actually just make one. Here we go.
Math is the language of the universe. I mean, it's that
I
straightforward.
know that people have done this before on your show, but I just want to go and do it once.
Okay.
Yes, math is the language of the universe.
Me because I do think that, like, that's what I do sometimes is through my songs, I take in information, I digest it, and then I make songs out of it, and then I go,
Do you?
The more that I learn, the more I realize I know nothing.
Fuck, this really is loud.
No math. Why are there...
Wait, what?
I know nothing.
So-
I was promised no math.
You were promised no math and you're talking to a scientist.
1 million people. And why do each one of us have our own fingerprint?
You're kidding, right?
People who could be born will never be born, will never even exist. So the fact
Like
that...
sperm.
Yeah. And this is actually a problem with, like, this is because we have a bunch of wankers. That's actually a legitimate answer too.
Okay, yeah, sure, yeah. One gets in.
That was actually exactly what I'm thinking about. No, Katy Perry's actually got the right idea on this one.
It's science.
He's faster.
What the fuck?
New star systems, including the solar system, including planets.
There's got to be a god.
And on one planet,
No.
we are not figuratively, but literally stardust.
Sorry, I missed that. What did he say?
Stardust.
Wait.
Figuratively, but literally stardust.
Oh, Stardust. Right, gotcha. Yeah, that's true.
I want to become a scientist now.
No, we need you on the stage.
I want to pour this
Boom.
water all
And
over
you
my
woke
head.
up as me.
No.
How would
no.
we know?
I'm not doing it. I'm not
If I
doing
wake
it.
up as you,
I'm
I will
not
know
doing
all
it.
your friends.
I'm not doing it.
I will
Should we just like chest bump?
off the coast of
And
South
what is a
Carolina.
solar eclipse?
Then turn it like you.
Absolutely.
That's-
Yeah, what is a solar eclipse? It's not like we had one recently, right?
Science is science.
Oh, wait, hang on. This video was made probably before that. Don't worry.
And
Wait, was it? Hold on. Oh, thanks for the follow, Kinetic Pegasus. The solar eclipse that, a certain someone, decided to stare up at, was that in 2020 or was that in 20... Oh, that was last year. Damn. I thought that was a couple of years ago by now, but you know, when you had a certain someone leading a certain country, time kind of just went much faster than expected. But there we go.
Religion is religion.
Can I give another quote from Galileo?
And religion is science is science.
Uh-huh.
And religion is religion.
Can I give another quote from Galileo?
Okay.
I want to go onomatopoetic.
So we
I'm going to start orbiting.
No, so...
Yes, you know.
Now, I'm assuming you're in a hurry.
Okay. Was that it? That's it. Did she say is math related to science? I missed that. Interesting. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like people who understand, or at least have some understanding of science, chatting with people who have ostensibly no understanding of science can be a very frustrating thing. The sad part is when it's adults who have, at the beginning, oh, I completely missed it. Whatever. The sad part is when it's people who are adults who seem to have no understanding of science. That's when it gets kind of scary. Because you're like, okay, you're supposed to be a functioning human being within our society, and for some reason, the education system that you've grown up with has failed you on such a fundamental level, such that somehow you don't have a fundamental understanding of science. This is not necessarily a problem with them, but this is potentially a grander indictment on whichever education system failed them in such a spectacular way that they can't even figure out that things like the scientific method exist. Things like, like vaccines, like data and statistics exist. So when people say, no, vaccines don't cause autism, it's typically backed up by statistics and a bit of data. That's usually how that works. But instead we have a lot of people who, for whatever reason, unironically think, no, vaccines do cause autism, and we're going to base it off some random parent's kid who took a shot and then suddenly went all haywire for a couple of days. I'm sure it's a mixture of a lot of problems. Oh yeah, absolutely, there's tons of problems. But the education system is definitely one of them. And the big question for me is it in fact the biggest problem? I would probably say it is. But then everything else kind of relates together. A scuffed education system is probably an indirect, if not straight up direct result of a scuffed society. You have a bunch of people who think the sky's going to collapse. Well, that's what's going to be the education system. An education system full to the brim of teachers who think the sky is going to collapse, and they're going to tell their kids that they're going to teach the kids inside this education system that the sky's going to collapse. It's everyone playing themselves. Someone I know did get a vaccine, and someone's parents said he got autism from it, but she didn't know he was diagnosed with autism earlier that month. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I remember this. I refer to the story of Jim Jeffries, Australian comedian who tends to do a lot of comedy shows in America these days. Apparently, well, according to his routine, so it could be entirely made of bullshit. I don't know, but apparently he gave his kid a bunch of shots, and then the kid started going crazy. And so, if any outsider who thinks vaccines cause autism, if they see a kid take a bunch of shots and then go nuts, right? They would think, wow, okay, yeah, see, vaccines cause autism, but no, it's just because you gave the kid a bunch of shots when you should have just given him like one every other day or something. I don't know. Like the schedule, I guess the schedule was just a bit too hardcore. So naturally, naturally that makes sense. You know, you don't inject your kid with, everything at once. Just follow whatever the schedule actually is, and you should be fine. Because statistically, you're gonna be fine. And the sad thing is, all these people who are like, yo, vaccines cause autism, vaccines gonna kill you, vaccine actually includes a little microchip that allows the government to basically track your whereabouts and allow them to basically tax you 50% extra. Dude, that's just going to further continue this whole corona memes pandemic. One of the ways we could potentially curve and potentially defeat the corona memes pandemic is to just basically vaccinate ourselves. It's how we deal with polio, it's how we deal with various other things. Anyway, this is meant to be a Warframe stream. I don't know how I ended up going into like full-on medical mumbo jumbo. But it is what it is. Alright, we were talking about the failures of an education system demonstrated by adults who, for whatever reason, don't even have a basic understanding of science. That's right. Let's move on. Imagine not having a phone and being tracked already. I know, right? Like, it's hilarious to me that we have a bunch of people. You know what? Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Sack it. I just feel like ranting and raging about not raging. I just feel like ranting about like just stupid shit that happens IRL for a change. It's hilarious to me that we have a bunch of people, right, who think, oh no, vaccines are going to put a microchip in our bodies. And then you ask them, okay, what's the phone you have? Oh, it's an iPhone. Okay, cool. You do realize that every single iPhone is probably chock-a-block full to the brim with like some form of software that is tracking your ass every other day. Do you have a Facebook account? Or even better, it's like, okay, I think took nursing in college. I didn't take nursing in college. I took media art. It's like you see all these people who are like walking around being like, yeah, that's the government's gonna spy on us through these vaccines, and then you're like, okay, cool. How'd you figure this out? And you know what they end up saying? I got it from Facebook. Okay, jackass. So you have a Facebook account that we probably know for a fact is tracking your ass. And you're complaining that your phone, and you're complaining that the government is giving you shit that's going to track your ass? I mean, come on. Market is 100% cap. Marketplace is 100% cap. What does that mean? Last time we were talking about birth rates. Yeah, man, we just talk about all sorts of random shit these days. Hey, Lonely Dolphin, how's it going? When you sign TN's terms and conditions, it says that as well. Yeah. And you know what? We can actually relate this back to Warframe. Oh, whoops. It's like when Warframe was getting bought by Tencent. A lot of people are like, oh no, Warframe's getting bought by a Chinese company. Now the Chinese are going to start tracking us and like using our data and everything. First off, well, they might. But secondly, it's like, okay, cool. How are you going to spread this information so that everybody knows about this? Facebook. Okay. So, you're already getting tracked by one company. I mean, let's be real here. The Chinese... Well, the Chinese, they might care. I don't know what the Chinese want to do. Ironic since I am Chinese, but I don't know what the Chinese government want to do. I don't know what Tencent want to do. Frankly, at this point, I don't really care. So, you know, it is what it is. Alright, Kinetic Pegasus is back on YouTube. PB, how many times do I have to tell you stop shooting the goddamn screen at the front of the bloody thing? And imagine playing Genshin and not saying the Chinese is already taking your data. Yeah, exactly! Exactly. Listen, I'm someone who went to China and then used a VPN so I could access things like Facebook in China. There's a good to fair chance the Chinese government was already tracking my ass from day one.
Shatter Rainier operational capacity in this sector. Target
There's a good to fair chance that the Chinese government is already tracking my ass anyway.
fighters.
So, I mean, sure, if I give them an extra avenue, that would make it easier for them to track me, but at this point it's like, wow, it's so inevitable, whatever. Does that make it right? No, but it's the Chinese freaking government. What the hell am I supposed to do, huh? Even with the VPN, China is still able to track me? No! But like,
Fighter support
Hong
has
Kong?
been hacked.
No, China. No, I went to when I go to China, I go to mainland China. No, not... Obviously, they probably wouldn't track me when I was on the VPN, but unfortunately, the internet in China is so scuffed in such a way that sometimes when you're on the VPN, your internet kind of just dies. So I don't know what they've done there, but sometimes the VPNs just don't work in China. Sometimes.
Drill ship
And then sometimes they do.
focus on remaining targets.
So it's kind of here and there. Damn, I should have bought my void hole for this.
Enemy fighters are routing.
Marketplace is 100% fake. Wait. I'm so confused by that. Who's been in North Carolina?
Enemy cruise ship.
That's an interesting question.
They are powering weapons.
I haven't even been to South Carolina.
Heads up. Rainier cruise ship.
Keep in mind, China is a country that has just straight up banned pretty much like all forms of like westernized internet.
Has detonated.
Facebook doesn't exist. YouTube doesn't exist. If you want to go on Facebook, you have to go to, I think, to Weibo.
I know in the barrel.
Weibo? Fuck, I don't even know. If you want to go on YouTube, you have to go to... fuck me, I don't even remember what it's called. Kugo? Or some shit like that.
Clears up.
If you want to go on eBay, well, that's Alibaba.
We have one less crew.
And if you want to go on
Direct attention. Remain.
and if you want to use something like Discord, you might as well just stick to WeChat.
Rainier cruise ship.
Winnie the Pooh doesn't exist. True. Yeah, that was a bit of a weird one. Hey.
Bye-bye.
The only thing funnier than China as a whole, and by funnier I mean like terrifyingly stupid, than China as a whole, is the reaction to the growth of China.
Sector.
Like you have entire countries of people who are more or less very political people, by the way. So your general private individuals, they might be terrified of the growth of China, but they're not outwardly showing it. Whereas like the more political, very public figures within these countries that I'm thinking of, their reaction to the growth of China is absolutely hilarious, because they are panicking big time. They are like super terrified. And that's why we get things like people saying that the coronavirus is actually the China virus. No, that's not how anything works. That's not how anything works. But there are people that I'm aware of who are actively using the whole China virus rhetoric in like really dangerous, very like red flag waving ways, without getting into too many details. So yeah, like it's getting kind of nuts. An authoritarian government controlling the whole world is pretty scary. It is, to some extent. As in, like, the authoritarian government already holds a significant power over the world, and has been for quite a long time, let's be real here. So, at this point, like, I might not be scared per se about all of this, because I'm used to it at this point. So, you know, it just is what it is. Furthermore, RMB isn't that useful. No, it's not. And I don't expect it to be well, now we're getting into economics, and trust me, I'm not that good at economics and that shit. I'm just talking shit. I'm just talking shit off the top of my head, folks. So, you know, try not to take anything I say as any form of truth, because 99% of what I'm saying right now is probably complete bullshit anyway. But yeah, there's a good to fair chance the RMB is not going to be.
No deploy.
For those who don't know, RMB is renminbi, which is the Chinese currency at the present moment. You think it's called yen, but it's not. It's called yuan, but it's. But I think Mandarin speakers they call it RMB, renminbi, because it's probably easier to just say that than yuan. So yeah. But yeah, it's probably not going to be the international currency like the dollar is at the moment, or at least the US dollar is at the moment. But you know, we'll see. I'm more interested in how language is going to change. I may have said this before, but this is an interesting time in terms of like, I think in terms of international geopolitics. I'm very curious to see how language evolves as a direct result, because generally speaking, the nations with the most power in the world usually dictate what most of the world speaks. You know, for example, like England had a bunch of. Oh, okay. You can ever tell us Baltus? Okay, cool. England had at one point held a lot of power in the world. So a lot of countries started to adopt English as part of their main language. You look at like India, Hong Kong. Just two examples, just off the top of my head. And then of course America became a centralized superpower. So English continued to be the main language of the world. But in the future, when China, and let's be real here, inevitably becomes a major global superpower, it'd be interesting if Chinese becomes a major language in a lot of countries like Australia, America, potentially. I don't know. That being said, though, I was talking to my dad about this. These kinds of major languages, quote unquote, the reason why they might be considered international languages is mainly for the purpose of trade, and it might be really, really difficult to make a language like Chinese into an international language because of how bloody difficult it is to learn it in the first place, because of how specialized every single word is. So even though China becomes a giant superpower, in terms of language, purely on language, it might actually be one of those things that backfires on them. In the sense that Chinese does not become the international language of the world, where you have French people learning Chinese, where you have Americans, and by Americans I mean like rednecks, I guess, learning Chinese, where you have like all sorts of people from all sorts of countries learning Chinese. You already do have people obviously learning Chinese right now, but in terms of like the most common language, it might still be English. It might still be English or Japanese, but it wouldn't be Japanese, no, because Japan doesn't hold nearly as much power to make it Japanese. It'll probably still be English, and then Chinese people will just continue to learn English, as they already do, as they have been for a long time. So that might even be the plan. I don't know. I don't know. Opinion on Bing being default in Australia? It's not going to be default in Australia. So what Josh is suggesting, what Josh is talking about, is actually another discussion that I randomly had with my dad. I have random social geopolitical discussions with my dad all the time. We just like to shoot the shit, and there's a good different chance that everything that we're talking about is complete horse crap as well. But basically what's happening is, for those who don't know, what's happening is there's this thing called the Media Bargaining Code. We had a look at a video on this like a couple of days ago, I think. Essentially what the Australian government is trying to do is they're trying to put through a bit of legislation that will effectively result in Google having to pay news agencies, specifically News Corp for some reason, in order to actually put out links to News Corp news articles in their search results. So you may be thinking, okay, when Google puts out links to News Corp agencies, to News Corp articles in their search results, isn't that Google advertising News Corp articles? That's what I think, but apparently it's not, according to News Corp, who, by the way, is run by a guy called Rupert Murdoch, and I mainly say this to, I guess, make an identitarian argument, which is I don't trust anything that guy says because he's a schmuck. So the idea now is that if the Australian government were to actually successfully pushed through that legislation through the Parliament, through the House, through the Senate. We have a House, we have a Senate, by the way, folks. Through the House, through the Senate, and it gets signed into law. I believe it gets signed into law. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to how our legislation process works. But if it actually becomes a thing, essentially, the idea is that Google is probably just going to ditch Australia. Here's the thing. Everything I just said is very, very simplified way of explaining. If you want to learn what's actually going on, by the way, Ryudo, is there any particular augment that you want that I might have at the present moment? So here's the thing about it, right? So Google might actually ditch Australia. I mean, financially it would make sense, right? And as Josh said, apparently Microsoft is willing. Oh, sorry, Sekura Rakta or Sekura Rakta. Sekura Rakta. What the hell is that? You mean Rakta Sir? Oh, hang on. No. Sorry. I completely misread what you just said. Okay. I can give you a sanctity, possibly. Or not. Because okay. Sorry, mate. One sec. I completely misread that. Let me go and grab one of those weapons. Fuck me. Yeah, sorry. I completely misread that. So, anyway. It's not mods. No, I know it's not mods. Oh, crap. I wrote it in the mods section, didn't I? Whatever. I'll get you a... Okay, I'll get you a Sancti... friggin' Tigress. How about that?
Use these to cleanse the unclean.
I can't read anything. Okay, I'll get you a Sancti Tigress. No I won't. I can't afford a Sancti Tigress. But can I give you a Rakta weapon that has already been leveled? Highly unlikely. I can't give you a Rakta weapon that has already been leveled, can I? I have to give you a Rakta weapon that has been untouched. No need to be unleveled. You can't? Needs to be unleveled. Shoot. Alright, tell you what, mate. Hold on to your Tellus weapon for now. I'll get you a Rakta at some point. Just remind me. I'll have to keep doing syndicate stuff in order to get that stuff. So we'll hold on to that for now, okay? What was I talking about? Oh right, Bing. So here's the thing, right? Google may very well ditch Australia. And Bing may very well try to take its place by actually, you know, bowing down to this piece of crap bullshit legislation. Sure. But if we look at... I'm looking for some arc gun parts, arc gun weapons at the moment. Okay. But here's the thing. The Australian government has in fact legislated the very banning of a lot of pirate websites. Oh, I forgot to put out the music again. So the Australian government has in fact banned a lot of pirate websites. So for example, 9 Anime, you can't get into it. Obviously things like thepiratebay.org, content denied. Access to this website has been disabled by an order of the Federal Court of Australia. The Federal Court of Australia, ladies and gentlemen, because it infringes and facilitates the infringement of copyright. So the Australian government already has things in place. Velocitous stock. Okay, I'll have a look. The Australian government already has, like, basically yeeted these websites from Australian internet. We can't access them anymore. So if the idea is that Google just ditches Australia, then technically it would be, like, practically speaking, it would be the result of this, right? Where basically content becomes denied, we cannot access this anymore. But here's the thing. In Australia, we have something that everyone else has, called a VPN. When Australia... I don't know if the statistics hold up to what I'm about to say, so I might be spouting bullshit again, but my understanding is when... Wait. Akuza handle. Bollocks. Like, I can get you a blade, but not a handle. When, oh. Okay, I can get you a handle. I'll just do a couple of syndicate missions. So, can't they just ban VPNs? Probably not. Otherwise, they would have done it by now. Here's the thing. Oh, and they can't ban VPNs because as a whole, because there are actually legitimate businesses and various other bits and bobs that rely on the use of VPNs. For example, especially during Corona times, anyone who tries to do remote work needs to use a VPN. I think, usually. Don't quote me on that. But like when I was doing remote work for my master's degree, in order to actually finish off the short film, I had to use a VPN. Just to access the network, just to access my computer, my workstation within the studio inside the uni. So they can't just ban VPNs. You know, they can't just ban VPNs straight up. You know? So what's the point of blocking the site? It's a desperate attempt to make it seem like they're actually combating things, when if anything, they're actually just shoveling people into getting VPNs. It's actually pointless. The internet, what governments don't seem to realize, right? What governments don't seem to realize is that the internet, outside of net neutrality laws, the internet cannot be legislated against. If you try to ban something on the internet, guess what? It's going to exist anyway. And it doesn't matter, like, even if it's the absolute vilest, worst crap ever, like, what are you talking about? Oh, we're talking about Australian legislation. Even if it's like CP, straight up illegal stuff, revenge porn. I mean, yeah, sure, they can try and legislate and say, yeah, revenge porn is illegal, but unless they find out who actually did the stuff, guess what? It's going to keep existing. So in this case, when they legislate for the banning of a website, guess what? VPNs exist, and it actually just freely allows you to, you know, get on it. So that's the deal. The only way really for a website to no longer exist at all is if the people behind the website get arrested, and the maintenance of that website just completely disappears. That's the only way you can really get rid of a website, really. Outside of that, if you're like trying to ban a website via the connection, good luck. Good luck, dude. Because that's not gonna happen. Like, that's just straight up not gonna happen.
You are approaching the holding area. Careful. If the wardens detect you, they will surely...
One girl on Insta has lewd pics and she's 15. Yeah, see, that's something that should be, like, reported. And at that point, that's no longer an internet issue. That's more of a child protection issue. You know?
The prison.
Like, a lot of things... actually, no, never mind. I'm not going to go into what I was about to say, because I'm not entirely sure if that's true. And, we're talking about more yikesy stuff than Railjack. So I don't want to just, like, start spouting off the top of my head, because what I say might be just completely and utterly wrong, so I don't want to deal with that shit right now.
Subject behind.
Oh! You're 15, so you know. Yeah, that's, Wait, do you know this person? Should probably tell them it's not a good idea to do it. I have no energy. Yeah, I was able to access my favorite websites now after using a VPN. I mean, the Lenny face suggests that you're memeing, but the actual truth is that's exactly how that works. The actual truth is that's exactly how that works, so, you know.
Transferring still holding.
Alright, I can get you that weapon now. I can get you that weapon now, Ryugo. I'll get you the, Akuza handle. Right now. They're just booming businesses for VPNs. Yeah, pretty much. But maybe we'll follow soon. I don't think so. See, America is... Okay, see, one of the differences between Australia and America is that America, at least Americans, seem to be way more, and I do mean way more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not necessarily excited or interested, but they're way more, aware. Not aware. No. They're way more defensive. That's it. They're way more defensive of their freedom, right? They're way more defensive of their free rights. So, case in point, in Australia we had a mass shooting, and then the government is like, okay, we're gonna have to take away all the guns. And after a bit of bickering for about half a year or a couple of months, we got rid of all our guns. Cool. We're not. Australia is, as far as I can tell, Australians are not super defensive of our freedoms, you know, whereas America is way more super defensive of their freedoms. So when the government is like, yeah, we gotta ban assault rifles and stuff, you got a lot of people who are like, no, you can't ban my guns, don't ban my guns, don't ban my guns, and so you guys still haven't banned your guns. So based on that logic, even though our government has managed to ban Pirate Bay, but not really. I mean, sure, we were pissed about it, you know, like we were pissed, like, ugh, why are you trying to ban Pirate Bay? That's messed up, right? But then like they banned it, and we're like, oh, okay, well, I mean, we could just use a VPN, fuck it, you know. we're pretty chill. We could just use a VPN, sack it, you know? Whereas in America, I feel like if someone were to actually put out, and I suspect someone has put out that legislation, so you may want to have a look into whether or not something like that has actually been done before. But like, SOPA, there we go, SOPA. Isn't that the Stop Online Privacy Act or whatever that was? That included a bunch of random things in there. But either way, it's like, SOPA. What happened when the Obama government, if I remember correctly, the Obama administration, who, for the most part, I'm fine with, as opposed to, you know, the one that succeeded. The Obama administration tried to put out SOPA, right? And you know what happened? A lot of people on the internet were like, no, you cannot do SOPA. SOPA is the worst idea possible. And they try, and you know, we have people, YouTube, obviously people online in America, they start massive campaigns being like, we gotta stop SOPA, 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 right? In Australia, we didn't exactly have that, as far as I could tell anyway, when it came to the banning of Pirate Bay, for example, right? We didn't exactly have that. So I feel like Americans are way more defensive of their free rights, as opposed to Australians. We're more interested in whatever, fuck it, you know? That being said, though, I think we're starting to wisen up to a bunch of the dumb shit that our government does, so perhaps we're starting to get closer and closer in that activist state to America. But I don't know. Was it the Corvus receiver? No, Accusa. It was the Accusa handle. Let's just get this thing done, because I think my folks want to go to bed, so I might just call it a night. Tomorrow... Oh, yeah, it was the Corvus receiver. Yeah. I think so. I mean, will I know if I have one? Tradable. Yep. Yeah, it's the Corvus receiver. Wheelchairs basically become a microscopic... Wait, hold on. Let's go back here. Japan is becoming more advanced and more convenient with the tech productions. Yeah, they always are. Could you see the artist before? Sorry, Splash Falcon, we're gonna have to look at that next time. Alright, see ya, Mattis. What MR am I? Islam Hisham? Also, hey Islam Hisham, you're new, how's it going? MR 27, as of yesterday. Yesterday? 2 days ago. No, yesterday. Wait. 2 days ago. Because yesterday was a Zhao stream. 2 days ago. Yeah. Why you say free rights with air quotes? Because your free rights are not exactly your free rights. What you define as freedom, when you think you have a lot of freedom, you don't really have a lot of freedom. We can get in. There's a lot to get into when I'm talking about that, but yeah, when it comes to freedom, you don't exactly have a lot of freedom here. Oh, okay. Thanks, Islam. Glad you enjoy my content. Well, hang on, let me clarify. Glad you enjoy my content when I'm not just talking about things off the top of my head when it comes to, like, you know, non-gaming related stuff. Hope you're not exactly enjoying what I'm doing right now, because I don't really know what I'm talking about half the time right now. I like not a lot of freedom. Yeah. More free than most countries. Yeah. But when you say, like, you have a lot, when you say you're the freest country in the world, really depends on how you define free. At risk of sounding like the start of the Newsroom, that TV show, yeah, at risk of sounding like that TV show, a lot of your freedoms, first off, we have here in Australia. But then, what do we have that you guys, that America doesn't? We have the freedom to be able to walk outside and not get shot dead by some schmuck with a rifle. Think about it. Anyway, that's gonna be it for tonight. We kind of just got really heavy for no reason. I don't know why. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Let me, if you did, hit that like button on YouTube and don't forget to subscribe. If you liked it on Twitch, don't forget to follow and feel free to sub if you want, but that costs money, so, you know, think about it. Otherwise, until next time, I'll see you guys later. No more Railjack Affinity Farm. We're gonna have to do that later. So yeah, until next time, I'll see you guys later. I think tomorrow I'll do a Genshin stream, but I might even do a Warframe stream earlier. We'll just see. Anyway, until then, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace! Lonely Dolphin in Australia, when I walk outside, I have basically a 100% chance of not getting shot by a guy with a rifle. Whereas in America, do you though? Think about it. Just think about it.